Well, hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today I would like to talk about a weird and interesting product, but something that I have been using for years now, and I've been meaning to do a video on this for quite some time because I just need to tell people the good news about this GOO. This is officially called the Pulidiki Universal Dust Cleaning Gel. You can see the little tub here. It goes by many different names. There are many different products that do basically the same thing. If you go on Amazon and just search dust cleaning gel or universal dust cleaning gel, there will be all sorts of different brands and different names for this product. The kind I have is the Pulidiki, and it's about $7.99 for a tub on Amazon. And it is this goo, as you can see, and you can use it for everything. Now, what do you want to use this for? Well, everything. If you have a dirty keyboard, GOO. If you have a dirty effects pedal for your guitar, GOO. If you have dirty tuning pegs and bridges on your guitars, GOO. If you want to clean your dashboard or your heating vents in your car or that annoying little area around the gear shift knob where all the dust accumulates and you just can never get it clean no matter what you do, GOO. This GOO is amazing. Any kind of electronic you have, anything that has all sorts of little knobs and crevices, this is for dust cleaning. Cleaning dust from your things. It is dust cleaning GOO. I don't call it a universal dust cleaning gel, I call it cleaning GOO. And I love it. I've had it, like I mentioned, for years now. I've gone through several tubs. I keep one tub in my car for cleaning the dash and stuff. If I ever do detailing in my car, if I vacuum everything out and try to wipe everything down, I will invariably need some of this GOO to get things really clean. I use it all the time for my keyboard. If I can show you the close-up view here, you get some of the GOO. I just did this a while ago because I own GOO, so I'm always cleaning my things. But it is amazing to get into all the little crevices. So you look, you can see the imprint of the keys on the GOO. You can get all the way in there and just get everything super clean. Now this isn't for coffee that you spilled on your keyboard or, soda pop, things like that, things that are sticky and liquidy. This is for dust. And for dust, it does an amazing job. You basically just roll it around like this, and you've got a clean keyboard. It's that simple. Now, I'm not being sponsored by this GOO. I don't even know who makes this GOO. Like I said, the brand is Pulidiki, but I don't know, who knows what that means, where it's from. It's from China. All of these things are made in China. But this GOO is made of polymers and glue. So polyvinyl alcohol, or PVA, is the primary base of this GOO. The activator is borax or boric acid, borate ions. The thickeners, binders, guar gum, alginate, or glycerin are often included for texture. Other ingredients, water, natural fragrances. It smells like something, but I don't know what exactly. There's nothing like lemony or berry-ish or flowerish in here. That doesn't seem like there's any sort of added fragrance to this. And maybe some preservatives. It says these gels are typically non-toxic for the skin, so if you have a particularly dusty face, you could roll it around the face if you wanted to. I probably shouldn't be doing this because I've been using this to get dust off of other things. But basically, you can use this. It has this texture where it doesn't really stick to things. I mean, it does and it doesn't. It'll stick, like I shove this pen here and I pull it away clean. It won't leave a residue on this until it's starting to get a little too old. Once it's getting really old, and that'll take quite a while and quite a few uses, you'll notice that the dirt within it is kind of becoming pervasive. This will look dirty. As you roll up dust or whatever on whatever surface you're using, that dust just kind of gets captured within this GOO, and eventually the dust to GOO ratio will get so high that the GOO looks very dirty. It'll also get less firm. It'll kind of just droop more easily. And once it gets to that point, it'll get sticky. You'll notice it starting to stick to your hands. And then if you put it on a surface, it might leave little bits of the goo behind. That's when you need to replace the goo. But I really wanted to talk about this goo because, well, let me show you. Here's a effects pedal here, or an effects pedal. This is a Boss Chorus CE2 Wazacraft. Great pedal. You can see it gets kind of dusty. Now this isn't too bad because I keep my pedals pretty clean with my goo. But if I needed to clean this, and it has all these little knobs and all these crevices, it's really hard to reach. You get your goo, you rub it in there, and it just grabs that dust and lifts it away. And you can see it comes back clean. It doesn't leave any of the goo residue on the pedal. I have never even had to use any sort of alcohol swabs or anything on these to clean them. The cleaning goo does the job, and it does it amazingly well. Now look at that. That is pristine. There is no dust. It's fantastic. So I can use it for all these other things, all these other uses that I have mentioned to you, but the one thing that I found that is super, super useful is camera equipment. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this video and mention it to you, because I know I have a lot of people who watch this channel who are into photography. If you have a lot of cameras sitting around, like me, if you're anything like me, you probably have a shelf where you put cameras that are not currently in use, and invariably they will get dusty. I don't know where all this dust comes from. It drives me insane. I am an insanely clean person. I'm vacuuming and dusting my place every single week, but dust just gathers. It's annoying. And so if you haven't used a camera for a few weeks, you will find that it is covered in dust. And you know, you could get an alcohol swab or something and try to wipe this up. If you have the goo, look at this. Look at all the dust in these cracks and crevices. The shutter speed dial, you can see it inside the film wind dial. If I take my goo and just slob it on there, just slob it on, don't be afraid. It's going to get all of the dust. You can get it in every little crack. It's so fantastic. I love the goo. It even works on lenses. Now I wouldn't put it on the front of the lens, on the element, but you can use it all around the lens. My hood's coming off here. You can use it on the front of the camera. It'll get into all the little cracks and crevices. And I use this for my photography equipment all the time. And it has been such a time saver. I guess the dust, maybe it doesn't bother you, but it does bother me. I don't like looking down at my camera when I'm using it and just seeing dust all over everything. Here's a little Godox flash. Tiny little flash that I use sometimes with my X106. Now look, very dusty. Hopefully that's showing up in camera. Goo. The goo will take care of it. Look at it, it's gone. The dust is gone. Now you could say, oh, you can just get a cloth and clean that dust off with that. Yes, for something that is very uniform, a uniform surface, you can do that with. But all the little knobs, all the little buttons, all the collars and everything around all this equipment, it just gets into everything. Like if I do the hinge on this, I can get into that really well. I love the goo. The goo is amazing. So if you have anything in your life that gets dusty and that is hard to clean, something that you don't want to put a vacuum on, or something like a keyboard, if I tried to vacuum my keyboard, some of the keys will come out into the vacuum. So that's not ideal. The goo will clean your keyboard. The goo will clean your car interior. The goo will clean your electronic devices. And most importantly, the goo will clean your vintage camera gear, because you can't always be using it all the time. My Leica stays very clean because I'm always using it, and occasionally I'll take an alcohol swipe or something like that and I'll rub it down. Things that I put away for a while that I don't use on a daily basis, they get dusty. I hate that. The goo corrects that. If you want to be clean too, look in to the goo. This particular brand, Pulidiki, Universal Dust Cleaning Gel, but like I said, there are 1,000 different products on Amazon. Just search Dust Cleaning Gel on Amazon, and you too can use the GOO.